So let's talk about what's actually happening. There's a narrative floating around right now, and I really can't stand it. The economy is bad. People aren't spending. Everyone's tightening their belts. No one wants to pay. But why are restaurants packed? The line at the most expensive restaurants, like at Catch, it's packed. Airports are full. It's crazy. The airport is full. Like, I can't get through security. Concerts are sold out. I can't get a ticket to this comedian this Friday. Luxury handbags have wait lists. High-end med spas are expanding. Women are still spending $400 on skincare. I just dropped, I don't know how much at Sephora the other day. Don't hate me, estheticians. Okay, I love Dennis Gross. Families, like my mother-in-law just booked a $15,000 European vacation. The money didn't disappear. It just shifted towards certainty, towards what feels safe, toward what feels stable. It shifted towards the most certain providers. When you say people are broke, here's what you really mean. You're saying they're not buying from me. That's not an attack. That's clarity. That's what you're really saying. Let's admit it. I want you to hear this. The problem isn't money. The problem is signaling. And signaling you can literally change today. Hey, we got to talk about something though. I am just like hearing everywhere about the economy, and I think clients are lying to you. I don't think so. I just don't think you are a priority. That's it. People are still buying. Sherry just walked in with a Cartier bracelet, and she's still buying Starbucks every day. You know what I mean? The money didn't disappear. It didn't evaporate. It didn't leave your city. It didn't vanish from your industry. It moved, though. It did move. But it moved towards certainty. Something I say all the time is that opportunity doesn't go away. It just changes location. So if you've been hearing and saying things like the economy is so bad, they've been saying that since 19forgotten. You're saying like clients are flaky. No one wants to invest. I need you to take a breath right now, because what's happening is not lack of money. And you see it all the time. It's a lack of premium positioning, and it's a lack of certainty between you and your brand and what you stand for. If your own nervous system is dysregulated, you will market like you're in danger. And premium buyers do not invest in danger. High income buyers, they're not price sensitive. That's good news. You know what they are though? They're risk sensitive. There's a difference. When someone has money, they don't wake up thinking, how can I save $200? They wake up thinking, how can I avoid making a mistake? They're scanning their feed for providers that are certain. Does this person sound stable? Do they sound calm? Do they sound like they're in demand? They have a wait list? Do they sound like they don't need me? Do they sound more confident in their outcome? How's their marketing? How's their branding? Is it safe here? Your brain is wired for safety. It's not their fault. It's everyone's wiring. It's neuroscience. And when your language sounds uncertain, when your marketing, when your posting sounds uncertain, the brain hears risk, not because you're bad, not because you're untalented, but because your presentation signals status. When you are posting giveaways, that signals desperation. If you say something like, I understand it's too much. I understand if it's too much. And then your tone softens and your energy drops. The buyer's brain doesn't hear certainty. It actually hears instability. When you drop your price and you say, let me know if that works, the buyer hears, I am just waiting for you. I'm just available. I'm just hoping I can book this anytime. When you post last minute opening, the buyer hears something fell through. Demand is inconsistent for her. Business must be shaky. And wealthy buyers move away from shaky, not because they're mean, but because they're protecting themselves. But the good news here is this is fixable. And this starts with you having therapy with yourself, really acting as your future self. If you've been feeling discouraged, if you've been questioning the industry, if you've been wondering, is this even worth it anymore? This is fixable. This isn't a maybe. This isn't if the economy improves. This isn't if the algorithm changes. It's fixable because I want you to hear this. The problem isn't money. The problem is signaling. And signaling you can literally change today. It's not your city. It's not your face. It's not your competition. Are you communicating certainty because you're operating from faith? Honestly. And that is within your control.
Hey, stop for a second. Did you know that most people who watch the CEO Glow Show are not even subscribed? What? So, if you are on a mission to level up your beauty business, your family life, your prayer life, hit that subscribe button now so we can stay in touch.
I think most people think that premium is about better photos, fonts, branding. Yes, those things help. But luxury is actually neurological. It's what is sales? It's a transfer of energy. It actually lives in your tone, in your posture. It lives in how you say things. It's oozing out of your skin if you are operating from a place of danger. The economy just stopped rewarding uncertainty. When you over explain, when you are defending your cost, when you soften your voice at the end of every sentence, even in your reels, when you are offering a discount, even before they ask, you're signaling instability, and instability triggers doubt, not because your client is mean, but because everyone's brain is wired for safety. So my friend's dad, who passed away, actually, I remember he used to say, Altes, just go for the most expensive one. Insurance, I go for the most expensive package. It's the best one. The most expensive is actually a signal for stable, for predictable, for controlled, for certain. So instead of asking yourself like, hey, how do I convince people to pay more? I want to encourage you to shift that question. And how do I sound like someone worth paying more to? It's a completely different question. So when someone says your price is too expensive, or like when you drop your price, instead of saying things like, hey, I totally understand it's too much, come off like somebody who's already arrived. Well, my clients invest at this level because they value long-term results. And you know that that's true. You give long-term results. That one sentence removes negotiation energy if you just say that. When you are in the DMs and you say, let me know if that works, you're just waiting now. You're waiting. Ask them a question and be certain. I have very limited availability. I have Tuesday at 2 or Thursday at 11. And you don't need to lie. Aren't you busy? I want to encourage you guys to come from that place. Stop saying, hey, no pressure. Say you're going to hold this appointment until 6 p.m., period. Stop panic marketing. It's the same thing. You just need to change your signaling. You didn't change the economy. You just need to change your framing. Desperation isn't about your bank account. It's about your signaling. And if you're signaling from a place of lack of faith, people can feel that. The real shift isn't necessarily also, I don't want you to just repeat what I say. It's your nervous system. If you are internally panicking, your language, the way you come off in your reels will leak it. If you truly don't believe you're worth your price, your tone will betray you. If you really need the sale to feel safe, you're going to sound like you need the sale to feel safe. And buyers can feel that, not consciously, neurologically, because the brain is always scanning for stability. Is this risky? Is this controlled? Is this chaotic? Because luxury clients don't avoid high prices. They just avoid unstable energy. So the fix isn't try harder. It's faith. Slow down. End sentences with certainty. Stop filling the silence. Stop justifying your prices. If you're trying to charge premium, it's not necessarily louder. It's just calmer. You don't need to move. You don't need to start over. There's wealthy buyers in every market, in every town. But wealth doesn't respond to insecurity. It responds to certainty. When you say people are broke, what you really mean is that people don't feel safe buying from you. Because if safety is the issue, you can become safer to invest in. And how you do it is through clarity, clear boundaries, clear pricing, clear positioning, clear availability, clear confidence. This is an opportunity to mature. And I just want to encourage you because maturity is learnable. Let's dive a little bit deeper because it's not just about a lower tone. This is about a nervous system shift. The real shift isn't just your script. It's your nervous system because you can memorize better phrases. You can copy premium language and by all means, please start there. But if your body itself is in panic, your tone will betray you. Clients don't just hear your words, they can feel your regulation. And this is where most service providers don't want to look. They don't want to look at their faith. If you're scared of being seen as too expensive, you will shrink your certainty, and wealthy buyers can feel that. Certainty lowers threat. Authority lowers cortisol levels. That's why premium isn't about volume, it's about steadiness. If your business feels unstable, it's often because your internal state is unstable. I don't want you guys to film content out of fear or anything. It's DM out of fear. You can train this. You can. You have to envision yourself as that girl now. I have to say, this is really something I've really undervalued myself, because when I first started, I just knew that I needed to position myself as bigger than where I was, because I was already headed there. If you know what DMK is, DMK Beverly Hills was right down the street from me. I literally took their tone on their website and not word for word, I took the tone and I structured my website that I built through coding onto mine. I put things like high profile clients can be assured anonymity on my website, even though I didn't have high profile clients. I knew that I was going there. And just in case a high profile client came, I want them to know that they will be taken care of. And then it's amazing what happens when you just act like a big deal now. People treat you that way. And I really think that that's the biggest shift. And I tell this story all the time too. If you have never heard it before, here you go. One time I rented my husband a Lamborghini. It was like maybe the first year of our marriage. And I scanned Google for places that were renting Lamborghinis. So I saw this website and it was such a big freaking name, the Southern California Auto Club. And I booked it. When I got there, it wasn't a showroom. I envisioned like a busy street, like in Beverly Hills. It was a kid, probably 19, who lived in an apartment, and he had 2 cars he was just renting out. He had a Lamborghini. We did get it, and I paid for it. He just did the exchange in an apartment parking lot. And I was like, this is kind of what I do. Great. So I didn't think anything of it. So it's about positioning. I didn't think to negotiate with his price either, because he was the freaking Southern California Automobile Club. I didn't think. It's about acting as if. Besides, do you want to be the one to keep working in your business forever? Do you want to keep charging these low prices forever? If the answer is no, imagine what kind of transition that will be once you have to stop. So, like, for example, we did Sheila Bella microblading, Sheila Bella brows, Sheila Bella PMU. And I always spoke in we. We're fully booked. We're this, we're that, we're busy. I went French, even when it was just me. Who was we? It was me and my mom. She did my bookkeeping. It was me, my mom, and the people that did our laundry. It was me and maybe the Google Ads guy. I don't know. Like, it was still we. It's still we. So I didn't feel like I was lying. No, we. But there's something about that. It's a bigger establishment. You are not the only, like, I am not the only decision maker if I'm going to give you a discount. Well, we did, like, it's a huge deal when you go French, when you say we. Huge deal. The signaling is huge. That little word, I versus we, is huge. I want you guys to right now think about how you want your business to look. And the thing is, a lot of you guys have a 10-year plan or a 5-year plan. It doesn't have to be 10 years. It doesn't have to be 5 years. But if you have a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan, start acting like that now. Start positioning, building your brand like that now. Do you have faith? Operate from that place. Because before you know it, you're going to be booked and busy charging these prices, and it will be a major shift. It will rock your cheap clientele. They'll be like, wait, what happened? You don't want them to feel that. You want them to know they came into a premium brand and it's going to stay that way. Does that make sense, you guys? I'm really done with this energy of small. And that sounds so freaking cliche. I hate it so much. I hate that it's coming out of my mouth right now because I hear all these freaking gurus say it, but there must be something to it if you keep hearing it. Like, stop playing small. Stop. It's like, I can tell you're desperate. Where is this coming from? Trauma. Childhood. That teacher that told you you'll never amount to it. Your ex, probably. Those guys. It's probably your ex. 100%. It is. Why do they get to dictate your future and how you run your business, how you show up? Why are you still doing that? This is rejection therapy. Can we just be a big deal now? Why do we have to wait? Why? Because you're not there yet? You're going there for sure, right? Aren't you going there? Stop. You might have to rethink everything. If this just hit you really hard, I'm so not sorry.
If you're a beauty professional and you want a real upgrade in 2026, listen up. If you've been grinding clients, content, trainings, but you still feel stuck or uninspired, it's probably because you're not in the right room. The Skin Games is going down in the Dallas area March 19th through 22nd, 2026 at the Renaissance Dallas Addison Hotel. And no, this isn't just skincare. It's a major Beauty Pro event with categories and education across aesthetics, waxing, lash and brow, and makeup. Plus demos, vendors, and networking with people who are serious about results. Go to theskingames.com to grab your pass. All right, back to the episode.
Who the heck was I to say we? I don't know why the world is structured like that. I can't stand The Secret. I can't stand it. You know what I'm talking about? The Secret, that Oprah Winfrey book. I can't stand it. But I also did it, apparently. I guess it works. I remember doing brows and clients were like, you're The Secret. Yeah, you need to read the book because you're doing it. You did it. That's what you did. I'm like, did I? Okay. Whatever. It's just faith, isn't it? You believe? It's faith. It's knowing you're going there. You're worthy. Not because of anything I've done, because of what's been done for me. I'm going there. So I don't want to do that to my clients. I don't want to be like, wait, where'd you go? I was like, no, my team is on the way. So yeah, we're building a team. This is the founding level. You're at the founders level. Congratulations. You're lucky. Yeah, you get me right now, but I'm building a team right now. So you're lucky. Let's start building the big business now with just you. Start positioning as the big business now. It's crazy what will happen to you if you start acting that way and believing it. For anybody that is struggling with this, I want you to make a list. Journaling really helps, of the dangers of not going to you. What could go wrong for that person if they don't go to you? You really care. Usually it stinks because usually the people who have the worst time with this are usually the most caring people, the most thorough, thoughtful people, who should be charging more. And it stinks because like a lot of times the people who are just doing it for the money, they're getting all the wealthy clients, but they don't have that moral compass. And sometimes, like, I've experienced going to someone that's less expensive. I didn't think I was going to get a better service, but I got like more. I got more care. I got more attention. I got more of a concierge experience. Somebody I could text, someone more available, because that person had a higher moral compass, and it stinks. And I think once a high level client experiences you, I think they'll believe that it was worth every penny because of the amount of things that are probably overlooked for somebody else who's in a hurry, but you care. So Bridget and anybody else, I want you to write a list of the dangers of not going to you. Perfectionists are really great providers, but they're terrible at marketing because it needs to be perfect before they market that way or speak about their services that way. Someone's going to win this game. What is the real worth of your hands, of your care? It's probably priceless. I don't know. I get the feeling too. Clients can probably text you and you'll be a real friend. Whatever it is that's unhealed in you is going to show up in how you do business. If you can't afford therapy, be an entrepreneur. Every insecurity, that little girl is the one running the business now still. That little girl's the CEO. What the heck? I was playing with Polly Pockets. No, the old is gone. The new has come. You're big now. You're big. Stop treating your business like a sidewalk lemonade stand. You have people relying on you now. That's all for today. It's just been really on my heart. So I encourage you guys to really journal this out. If you're a person of faith like me, that's really where it stems from. Actually, that's everybody, though. It's just ye of little faith and just believing. Just walk into it. Act as if, one step at a time.